Oppositional defiant disorder, or ODD, affects approximately 3% of the population. ODD is characterized by emotional and behavioral symptoms such as angry and irritable mood, argumentative and defiant behaviors, and vindictiveness that persists for at least 6 months. Estimates of comorbidity or co-occurrence of ODD in adolescents with ADHD range from 25 to 75%, depending on the study. Hi, I'm Julia Ferrari. I'm an expert on learning disabilities and education at the LD Institute, and I'm passionate about ensuring that children with special needs reach their full potential. In class, oppositional behavior can disrupt and derail a lesson, as well as bother other students. Today, I'm going to discuss strategies for preventing oppositional behaviors and strategies for intervening when these behaviors do occur. Prevention: strategies to avoid oppositional behaviors. Use effective, proactive classroom management strategies. By using effective classroom management strategies, teachers can prevent disruptive and oppositional behaviors from taking place. Some examples include effective resource management. This includes time, physical space, as well as materials. Setting clear expectations, for example, rules, routines, giving clear instructions, etc. Developing positive relationships with students by getting to know them and doing simple things like greeting them each day. Be clear and consistent. Students with ODD are very sensitive to inconsistencies with respect to requests or instructions, as well as the way in which rules are enforced. So it is important for teachers to discuss the classroom rules and expectations for appropriate behavior with the entire class. This serves two purposes. First, to help come to a consensus about what the rules are. And second, it helps to ensure that students understand the rules, including why they are important and what the consequences for rule breaking will be. Collaborate with parents. Open communication and trust help to create a positive relationship with parents, which are essential to successful collaboration between home and school. When strategies are implemented consistently across settings, for example at home and at school, interventions produce larger positive effects when compared to strategies that are implemented in only one setting. Intervention: strategies to manage oppositional behaviors. Don't make it personal. When a child is oppositional in class, it is important to focus on the rule and remind them of the appropriate behavior. For example, rather than saying, "You never raise your hand," or "When are you going to learn to raise your hand?" you can say, "Tom, one of our class rules is to raise your hand when we have something to say. Next time you have something to say, please raise your hand and wait for me to call on you." By addressing the rule and the behavior, you avoid making it personal about the student, which can cause an escalation rather than defuse the situation. Use the broken record technique. As the name suggests, this technique consists of repeating the rule or direction using the same calm tone and words when a student is being oppositional or when you are asking them to do something. The idea is to continue repeating calmly until the student does what has been asked. It is very important not to raise your voice or to engage in discussion with the student, which can further escalate the situation. Often 3 repetitions are enough. Focus on positive reinforcement. Students with ODD tend to receive less positive feedback and more reprimands than their typically developing peers. So, the literature emphasizes the importance of maintaining a ratio of 3 positive feedback for every criticism or reprimand. Some students seek out attention, whether it is positive or negative. Studies have found that when teachers focus on the negative, for example, reprimand each time the student gets out of their seat inappropriately, the instances of that inappropriate behavior actually increase, while focusing on the positive has been shown to increase positive behaviors. Encourage student self-evaluation. The use of student self-evaluation has many benefits. For students with ODD, it can help to make teacher-student interactions more harmonious because they are less likely to contest or argue about an evaluation if they participated in it actively. By helping students to focus on evaluating their own behavior or effort, we are also helping them to develop important self-regulation skills. Combining prevention and intervention strategies is the best way to decrease negative behaviors and increase positive behaviors.